Welcome back to Living with a Classic, and we're out here where I normally just store cars. If you're following along, you know that I'm helping a friend with that 1999 S-Type V8, and in my workshop I didn't have enough space to take the engine and transmission out. It would, hit the ceiling. So I'm down here working on it, which is not ideal, but I tried to make the best of the situation. So I got the engine taken out, and it's been sitting here for a while, and I have a replacement engine here. However, they're almost the same. It's from an XJ8, which means some things will have to be swapped over, and that's really what I've done right now. So I've already actually filmed all the content here for the video, and behind me you can see, well, I don't know, you can maybe see the results of it. So for you, let's go back in time and I'll show you the preparations I've done to this engine, and well, we're getting pretty close for it to be ready to go back into the car. So this is where I'm at now with this S-Type. It's just been sitting for a while over summer, busy with other things. And yeah, I have done a few small things. I've disassembled part of the old engine, gotten all the parts I need off it for the new engine. So just a really brief recap. This thing is blowing this engine. We don't exactly know why. When it's all done, we'll take it apart. I think it has blown head gaskets and other things as well. I think timing chain guides, and yeah, we'll see. This is a good use engine from a scrapyard. It's been sent over. It's a low mileage, should be fine. However, it's from an XJ8. This is an S-Type, but it's the same twin sensor. So the block and head is the same. The differences are the intake manifold, the cam covers, the exhaust manifolds, some of the brackets for the accessories, and the upper engine oil pan or sump is different. So I have removed that one from here. I'm going to clean it up so it can go onto here. But before that, before I flip this thing over on the engine stand, I'm going to take off all the things I don't need just to make it a little lighter and yeah, easier to flip over. So I think I'll start with intake manifold. It's just going to be bolts down here. Remove that, remove the cam covers, and then we can have a look at the timing chain tensioners, what they look like, if they need to be replaced or if they already have been done. We'll have a look at that. Remove all of this. So it's a lot of sort of boring, tedious removal of things. I will do all of that, and then I'll get back to you guys when we're ready to take the cam covers off, and we can look at those timing chain guides. Some progress has been made. I thought I'd update you guys pretty much halfway through. Got the intake off, and I just cleaned off the area a little bit. I'll clean off better later. Put some tape over, because remember, this engine I actually want to keep. The other one, I didn't care if any stuff came into it, because throwing it away. So making sure that nothing comes into the engine. I'll continue to remove this wiring harness, because I need to use the one from the other engine. It goes under brackets here and stuff, so I may actually just cut it in places, because I'm not using this harness. Or we'll see, depends how difficult things are to remove. And so I got all this stuff left to do here. I may do the exhaust manifolds while I'm at it, and I may do all of this as well actually to get this off. Yeah, I think I'll save the harness. It could be good if someone ever needs one. So if you do need an XJ8 harness for a 4-liter, let me know. And then we'll get on to the cam covers, and that's really the exciting part. As you can see, I've removed some more things now. It's actually a couple days later. Been busy with other things. So yeah, you saw the intake come off. Got all the wiring off, and I've also removed one exhaust manifold on that side. Got this one left to do. I've loosened up the camshaft covers, and I thought we'd have a look underneath. So this is a little bit of a moment of truth. First of all, is it sludgy inside? What does it look like? It's supposed to be a low mileage engine, about 6,400 kilometers. So hopefully it should be nice inside. And the other thing I'm hoping for is that the timing chain tensioner has been replaced with later ones that are metal, which are not prone to failure like the early ones. One thing I did find that there was a little bit of water in spark plug hole number 2, but I'm guessing by the look of the engine that the wreckers probably gave this thing a little bit of a wash or something when, because I mean it's very, very clean. when they took it out. So I just rotate the engine over and drain that out. But let's see what it looks like. And that's looking really nice and clean. And here as well, no overly built up sludge or anything. This is a little odd. Hope it shows up on camera here, but this is sort of odd. I mean, you have the seals here, but someone has probably reused them and then used some type of sealant on there. So, well, that's not the best, but I guess they did what they had to do, and maybe that means that they've been in here before. I'll put this down and we'll have a closer look at the tensioner. Getting in for a closer look here. So this is the secondary timing chain tensioner, and they're the ones that are originally in plastic, and they're prone to breaking, and then this thing will jump time and bye-bye engine. But this one is the metal one. See, this would be plastic if it's a plastic one. There are three generations, and this one looks like the third one, which is the metal one, which is really, really good news. Let's go to the other side, remove this one, just to double check that it's the same in here, but my guesses are if you do one side, you definitely do the other side as well. Do I have something still stuck on here? Maybe this one. There we go. Or that one. And yep, we have a replacement one on this side as well. And we got the evidence that they've been in here as well. So whoever did this job replaced them, but did not put in new gaskets. So they used some sealer on the old gaskets. Seems to have worked, hasn't leaked, but not what I would have done. I do have new gaskets, so when I replace the covers with the other ones I need, I will of course put new gaskets in there. But this is really good news. This means I have less work to do. However, when I move the engine in here, I did break this sensor up there, so I will have to rob that from the other engine, put that in there. But that's pretty much it I have to do here on the top end. Now I just need to remove the exhaust manifold on the other side, and then flip this thing over and get that sump off. I've already sprayed these a couple times before, but I'll give them one more shot. The other side came off really nicely, but this is one of those things you don't want them to break off into the block. And the reason I'm replacing these is they're completely different on an S-Type compared to an XJ8, which once again I think is just really weird from like Jaguar's part to make these engines so different, even though they're built the same year, you know, for the same market, all that, and yet they are so different. So what I'm doing is I'm just undoing them like a turn and a little bit more, and then when I've done that, I'll spray everything down one more time. Just give that penetrating oil a bit of a fighting chance to get in and lubricate a little more. But yeah, the other side came out fine. Let's just spray it all a little bit more. They're not stuck now, but now I just want some kind of lubricant while I take them out. Coming up on the last bolt here. Everything is already nice and loose. Just don't want to drop it. Even though I will not be reusing it, it's still a good part for someone else because I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Can't see any cracks or anything, and it's not too badly rusted. And off that comes. Engine has been flipped over so you can see, and that is because I need to get to the lower sump because they're different on the cars, and a little bit annoying, but I do need to switch them over. I've also changed the position on the engine stand here, so I'm not holding onto the sump anymore. So to get to it, you need to first remove the lower sump, which at least on the S-Type you can get to while it's in the car. Well, that's good if you want to clean it out and you know, get any sludge out, anything like that. Hopefully we're not going to find any nasty surprises in here. But we're also doing it in this order because I'm not going to put all the brackets and stuff on the engine for two reasons. First of all, it's going to be very heavy to flip it over on the stand, and if I find any major horrors in here, then well, I'm not going to continue. So hopefully it's not too sludgy. I had the plug out once and there was no oil in it, which makes sense because they're not allowed to ship engines with oil here from a wrecker. Once I get all these out, then we'll get the lower pan off, have a look at that, and then try and get the upper pan off as well. That should be all of the bolts. Let's see if we find any nasty surprises. That came off easily. And I say that looks fairly fine. I mean, definitely some stuff in there. Like a little bit of sludge, but really not bad at all. I'm gonna get you guys so you can see inside as well. Overall, I'd say that's really not bad at all. See if I can move the light over. Not bad at all. Of course, I'll renew this gasket, or I mean on the other sump because I'm not using this one. Now to remove the upper sump is just all the bolts along here. There are a couple in here as well. And then it's just a matter of tapping on it carefully on the side. Get the sealer here to loosen up. There isn't a gasket here, it's just sealer. And then hopefully that should come off pretty easily. A quick update halfway through removing all the bolts here. There are a couple up front as well, 3 of them, and I did find something in the sump. Found this thing laying over there. Can't really tell exactly what it is. It's very, very thin, sort of flexible. I think it is part of the cover of an oil canister. That's probably fallen in and ended up down here. At least that's what it looks like. Doesn't look like some internal engine component to me, but that's something I have found. Just one update on that. I'm going to continue with all the bolts over here. Pretty soon this thing should be off. Let's see. It's pretty loose now, I think. Maybe I can just lift it off now. And there we go. Let's have a closer look. Just got some paper here. And I'd say overall, this doesn't look too bad. There's some a little bit buildup on here, but nothing really to complain about. It's not sludgy or anything. It's just a thin coat. And some modern synthetic oils, they sort of leave this sort of coat on there, so that's not anything weird at all. But yeah, this is as far as I am going to go into the bottom end of this engine. I'm going to remove the dipstick. Then I'm just going to clean all this up and then clean off all this old sealant, clean off the old sump from the other engine, put that on here with some new sealant, flip it over, and then we'll get to putting on all the other S-Type things I need, and getting this thing back into that car. So I've made quite a mess over here, but can clean some of that off, remove some of the tools, and start cleaning off the block. I'll do all that off camera though. And when that's all cleaned up, I need to clean up the other sump as well and get that sensor from the broken engine. And then you can just start putting things together, which will feel really nice. I do have a few questions still. I'm gonna have a look at the flywheel or the flex plate and just see if they're the same. If they're not, I will have to swap the other one over, and then I might have to swap the starter over as well, and a bunch of other things as well. I'm gonna try the starter before I put the engine in, of course, to see if it works. And then chase the threads for anything you'll have to put back, just to make sure that everything is in tip-top condition. But hopefully this will be a nice running car soon. It's one of those projects that I really, it keeps fighting me along the way. It's been quite tough, and that's why it's taken some time as well, because I kind of lose some motivation sometimes with it, because there's always a broken bolt or broken stud or something with this car. Things have been really good with this engine though, taking things apart, so that feels good. And now it's just really putting things together, which hopefully will go a lot smoother. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. If you do, please leave a comment down below and give a like. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. It really does help out a lot. Until next time, I'm Adam, and this was Living with a Classic. I'll see you soon.